Right, so what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Stick around for today's video. It's 2021. We're in the new year. That means 2020's gone. Is that a good thing? Let me think about it. Just to add drama. Yes. 2020 was a shit show. Oh, now I've got a footstool. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you very much, as I said, for sticking around with the channel, for keeping up with me. There's been not a lot going on, as you might have noticed. I don't think I've made a video since before the beginning of November. I've made a couple of videos, actually putting videos up. One about the stroke and another review that I did way back, I think in September, October, who knows. But since then, nothing. The channel has been... If you keep up with the channel, you'll know why. I've kind of taken a back seat, a little bit of a, what's the word? A step back for health reasons. I'm on the mend now. I'd say I'm 90% there. We've got a few things to go, but I'll get into that in a minute. When I do the update, I'll run through it and then we'll go through what's happening basically. As you can see, I haven't really planned this video. It's just everyone's at the house, so I'm going to do a video. I think I've had someone in the house probably constantly for, I don't know, probably since March. Right, anyway, let's crack on with the video. I've got a little list here that I want to talk about. Talk about some stuff in 2020 and then what's coming up in 2021. Oh, hold on. What's coming up in 2021? The timing's all out, by the way. Right, so that's the drama bit. Right, so let's go back to the beginning of 2020. Let's do that. I don't know whether I'm doing this with special effects. If I can't find the special effects to do this, this is that go back in time thing. Anyway, right, back to the reviews I did. Let's just crack on with that. The reviews I did, which I loved over the years. We didn't get that many reviews for obvious reasons. The vid. So I did the CB1000 RRRRR that had more R's than a pirate on a night out. Fantastic Fireblade, I loved it. It's the best bike that I would not buy, if that makes any sense. If you know me, I'm not a sports bike fan, but I absolutely adored that bike. This is the walk round of the CBR Fireblade, the 1000 RRR, the all new SP. New for 2020, brand new model. Let's go and have a little bit of a look. But geez, it's got some shove. Oh dear, this certainly is a lot of fun. Oh, I'm going to applaud this bike. I'm going to applaud it. Phenomenal. This bike is phenomenal. This would be dangerous if I owned it, or I'd be dangerous, or the combination would be dangerous. I did the CRF 1100L, funny enough, and that was so good I bought one. Yeah. I did the Rebel, the CMX 500 Rebel, the new version of that. Another Honda, I know, me and Honda, we're like that. Well, it's not really like that. It's basically my local Honda dealer gets me the bikes. It's not through Honda. That goes to every manufacturer. I've never really been offered any bikes by any manufacturer, apart from later in the year, Sinis got in touch. So big up to Sinis, I think that's what the kids say, for coming on board and showing some faith in the channel. And I have to say, really good company to work with, really friendly, really interactive. I do like them. The first impressions review, and that is of the mighty little Sinis SMR Supermoto 125 Apache. But this is the beauty of little bikes. You need to look. As I was saying, this is the beauty of little bikes. You can sneak around, sometimes too sneaky. This is supposed to be a first impressions review, not a jolly up, mate. Not a jolly up, get on with it. Right, dashboard. I'm sorry about this. I was going to say they're usually more professional than this, but they're not. Check out Route 1066. Check out my boys here down in Conquerors Apparel. You'll like it down here. And I'm going to take this little beauty back. We're going twisty roads. It's going to be fun. Let's get on and do it. Right, sun's shining, not raining for a change, and we have in our hands the brand new 2020 SH125 by Honda. So let's have a little bit of a look round. You can go and have a little bit of a play with her. I do like a playful bike. Do you know what? This bike is really good. This scoot is really good. Comes free with this top box as well. What more could you want? Your footboards where you put your feet. Oh, there's all clever stuff on here. I know what you guys want to see under the seat, don't you? You want to see what I'm talking about with the fuel tank. I know you're intrigued. When I mentioned it earlier, you've been hanging on till now going, oh, I just want to see under the seat. Well, let's have a little look. So you press that in till it lights up, and then you've got seat fuel. It says so there. It's in words, you see, which matches seat fuel there. So if I press that, that opens the seat. So you've got a USB port in there, so you can charge your sex toys up while you go along, not a problem. And keep, I don't know, what's the current thing you can keep under here? Keep your stash of toilet rolls safe under there, seeing as we're going topical. YouTube, welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Look where I am, Harley Davidson, Guildford. I think exhaust and filter is stage 1. I don't know, don't quote me on that.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
I read it somewhere. hold on, shh.
Oh my good God, that is insane.
That actually hurt my ears. Going along on the torque, it's a little bit jerky, but I'm not even touching the accelerator. The torque's just pulling me along. Boy, it handles the bends really well. Get rid of your preconceptions. Yep, you got to muscle it. I've got no problem with saying that. You've got to think about it, you've got to put the effort in. But it's very rewarding. You put the effort in, it rewards you. I'll tell you what, that fat boy, it sounds weird. I feel like I'm insulting Bruce when I say that. The fat boy in front of me looks epic. Sounds like I'm insulting him, but loving him at the same time. Ah, that's nothing. All right, don't, oh shit. All right, how does that go back on? But don't do the left one. There's nothing under there. That's why I wear a crash helmet, you see. You know when you got that saying where a bike makes you feel alive? That's what this is doing. So that's basically it for the reviews. We didn't really do a lot. And then what turns up? The Wuhan clan turns up. The vid. We had the vid. we've always still got it. Right, so what happened, basically, back in March, I got the vid. I didn't get tested. It was unfashionable back then. It was just on the edge of testing. It was taking 2 weeks, so I didn't bother. I was ill. I went up to a temperature of 38.9 or 39.8, one of the two. I was hallucinating, I remember that. In my room, there was basically loads of people around. It was just packed. And I remember saying to them, guys, look, leave me alone. I want to go to sleep. And I knew I was talking to nobody, but that's what it does to you. I got up to that level, woke up in the morning, didn't feel too bad, so I left it, didn't get tested. 3 days later, hit the lungs, felt like I was suffocating a little bit, not horrendously, just felt like tight in the chest, like someone's pushing it. That lasted for a little while. I have got it sounds like I'm a Navy SEAL now, but I'm not. It is one of their techniques, but when I had an accident back in 2011, when I say accident, I don't mean I shit my pants, I mean a bike accident. I learnt a breathing technique because I punctured my lungs. I split my left lung, and they gave me a breathing technique of exercising the lungs, like breathe in slowly, hold it, and then breathe out slowly. And over time, this builds up the pressure in the lungs, and it basically helps me. And it helped me during this. It saved me going into hospital. She already had the forms out. She was going for full insurance on this one, but unlucky, I survived. So that was that. So it wasn't too bad, but it has lingered on. It's caused tiredness. That was the worst thing afterwards, months of tiredness. But the actual vid at the time, it was bad, but not horrendous. Anyway, moving on, then we were locked down, weren't we? So I did a few videos of that. I did the lockdown video. If you haven't seen it, I forget what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, the title of it, and I'll drop it down below in the descriptions box, of me basically mucking around in my own house on a motorcycle. That's what I did for that. Then we didn't really do much. There was not a lot going on. Oh, I did buy, after lockdown, I'm all over the place here because I've taken my meds and they've hyped me up a little bit. Right, so after lockdown, I bought a CB1000R. I chopped in my Africa Twin, the CRF 1000L that I've had for 3 years. Absolutely love that bike, but fancied a change, took a risk and bought the CB1000R. Whoa, I'm getting ahead of myself because back in March, I bought the Super Cub. I forgot that. I've already said I've been riding the Super Cub during the lockdown, mucking around on it, but I actually bought that this year as well. So it's not all bad. I did mean last year when I said that, because it's 2021 obviously. But yeah, so I bought the Super Cub, the greatest bike on earth. It's just mad. I love it. I absolutely love the thing. It was always one of those bikes that I wanted. I actually wanted a C90, but obviously they don't make those anymore. So when these came out, I got quite excited. When I did the test ride a few years back, I got very excited. And I thought to myself, if one comes up at the right price and the right deal, we are having it. And it did. So that's how I got the Super Cub back in March, and I had lots of fun. Stupid idea, but let's do it anyway. We made it. I'm bloody soaking now. Bit of Super Cub off-roading. Hey. Then, as I said, I sold the CRF 1000L, my beloved Africa Twin. I really love that bike, and took a risk and bought the CB1000R, which I have to say is a brilliant bike. Loved it for all the wrong reasons. It didn't suit me, but it's a fantastic bike. Widow came on board, gave me a full system. So did that, rode that for a while, didn't get on with it. Got to hold my hands up. I made the right decision. I know what you're thinking, that doesn't make sense, but it's the right decision because I needed to know that it was the wrong decision, otherwise it would have played in my mind because I love the look of the bike. I think it is one of the best looking bikes out there. It is. It still is. I still love it. It just meant that I couldn't ride as much as I wanted to. So that went, I bit the bullet and I bought the CRF 1100L. Went back to the Africa Twin, but bought the new one and in DCT. And so far, so good. Not that I've ridden it much because I didn't buy it that long ago, and then circumstances happened that I haven't ridden it like. I think I'm on 600 miles now, 700 miles. We're due for the first service, that's about it. So that's what's happened with buying bikes. I'm a bit all over the place with this one. I'll apologise, but I haven't really got a plan. Something I talk about, it's a bit like, you know, when you watch YouTube, you start off watching something like a Kawasaki KMX video, and then a few clicks later, a few hours later, you're watching people sticking matchsticks together and setting fire to them. Oh, is that just me? Is that just me? Okay, that's just me. So that's why I'm sort of like all over the place. My brain is a little bit all over the place at the moment. I would say because of the drugs, but I'm kind of normally like this anyway, but it's just exaggerated.
I'm here with in your own time, Big Pezza. You gotta wave at everyone on a Super Cub. There's no room for negativity on one of these things. Look, twisty roads, knee down, let's go. Right, Pezza's just gone back to pick up his mobile phone.
Get out. Stop, 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 stop.
Your backlight does weird things.
Is it flashing?
It flashes when you indicate.
Yeah, because there's not enough power to power the indicator.
Okay, but your indicators don't work.
They're not very bright.
Okay, and it doesn't come on when you brake every time.
I know, it doesn't. There's not power.
You join me on the lanes. This is the first time I've been out on the lanes since I had that bike crash where I bent the bars. And what with lockdown as well, it's been a little bit difficult to get out. Today I've got with me Pezza, I've got Hippodromes and a guy called Andy that I've just met. As you can see, Pete fits his bike really well. He's either that or he's posing. How you doing? In honour of Hippodromes that can't be here because of a broken arm, possibly. Right, back on the lanes, part 2. Unfortunately, as I said, we've just lost Hippodromes because he's come off on the road and may have broken his wrist, we're not sure. We're out for now. We've just met up with Chopsy on this, the 701 Enduro LR, which stands for large rear. I can't think of anything because it's on the front, doesn't make any sense. There we go, Mr. Pooh's made an appearance. Me and Chopsy are not designed for this sort of thing. Oh. It's what Laning's all about. Oh, bloody GoPro. If you follow me, if I fall off, go the other way. Leg out, backsliding. Woohoo!
So here we go, another off-road video, Hippodromes, Pezza. So I couldn't get any rhythm whatsoever, I was all over the place like a noob. It's like a noob. I'm sceptical of the puddles.
Yeah, you can which ones are good and which ones are bad.
Yeah, because you don't know how many Land Rovers have been up here spinning.
And it's so different with the shrubbery ones.
Yeah,
as well, isn't it?
And what they do is they throw bricks in them to firm them up, and obviously we can't see them, so anyway. Oh, yeah. I didn't want to go down here.
Huh?
I didn't want to go down here.
Did you not?
No.
Well, too late now.
Mother. Mother. Oh, that's one bust rest. Oh, that's a deep hole. Woo! Don't go through there.
One of the downsides, or two of the downsides for the channel for 2020 was there was no meetups, no Boss, no EOS. We did at the beginning of the season, we didn't do the end of the season because there was no bloody season. Hopefully in 2021 we will get some kind of meetup. I'm not sure there's going to be a Boss because we've still got to get the old jab in the arm. It's unlikely that everyone's going to be done before April, so we're not going to do a beginning of the season, or it's unlikely. If it is, keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears peeled. I will do it as a last minute thing. Bam, set it up, let's go. Fingers crossed we can get an end of season. Look at me, it's 2021 January and I'm talking about an end of season meetup. That is how mucked up the world is at the moment. So that's the bad points, that's the downside, but there's plenty of good sides. There's one other big major downside, which we will come to in a minute, and I shall go into more detail of what's happening with that. But on the good side, but on the plus side, we've managed to get some merch out this year. We have started the merch. The timing was completely wrong because I had the stroke at the same time I was going to promote it, and there's a little bit of to-in and fro-in, and I basically didn't get the videos out there to push the merch, and I lost the enthusiasm to push the merch, to be honest. The enthusiasm for vlogging, everything, it was just went downhill when I had the stroke, which was back in the beginning of November, but we're on the right track now. As I said, I'll go into that a little bit more in a minute of where we are with that. Yeah, the merch came out, or has come out. It's out now, so if you want to go and have a look at that, you can. I shall drop the link downstairs in the descriptions box, so you can just click on that and go and have a look. And I shall also put it on the screen somewhere around here, or maybe here, or maybe here, or maybe just here, or maybe over here, or maybe up here. Right, so what we did was, in conjunction with Roger, another guy that I met for the first time down when I went to Wales. Down when I went to Wales, up when I went to Wales, because I live in the south of England. So when I went to Wales, basically, I met this guy who's doing my merch. Real nice guy, so a big shout out to Roger. I shall leave the link to his Instagram downstairs, so go and check him out and give him a follow. So what we've got, basically, these are, I mean, you can see this, look at that. Set of moves on your screen right there. So we got this is slightly different when you get it. This is the promo version, the pre-version, the one before. This bit here has got white round it, not black, because you can't see it round the mister, so that's got white round it. I shall put a picture on the screen of what it actually looks like now, because one of my mates has bought one. Thank you very much, appreciate that. On the t-shirt we've got this. A bit of promotion now. We got this is slightly different as well. Once again, this is I can't think of the words, pre-production, that's the word. So that bit there at the top around here has got, this didn't print properly, so ignore that. It is the air ambulance, it's not the air ambulance. So that's on the front there now. And this t-shirt here, this one, all the profits go to Surrey, Kent and West Sussex, or Sussex Air Ambulance. That's all my profits. Every penny I get from that t-shirt goes to support that charity, so that's a good cause. I've also got Mr. Fish mug, that's right, and I like that. I have my coffee in there and it reminds me of me. These as well, look at these fine, oh, fanned out like a proper magician. These are Mr. Fish stickers. They're pretty good. I got sent those the other day. You guys who ordered these actually got them before I did, so I'm glad they turned out as good as I thought they were going to turn out, because it was a bit of a risk. But thank you very much for everyone that supported me via the merchandise. It is going pretty well. There is stuff still available, so once again, I'll drop that downstairs below. You don't have to buy anything. I'm not forcing you to, but just get it out there. Let people know I've got merch. It's the only way to support the channel, because I don't do Patreon or anything like that. That's not that type of channel. I can't give you enough content to do Patreon, so it just gives me a little bit of money to pump back into the channel.
Oh, oh, oh. That's all. Bruce, check your brakes.
And all the profit I make from the merch, 100% will go back into the channel. I'm not going to spend it on hookers, alcohol, or all the fancy things that all the other YouTubers do. Right, and while I'm on thanking you and the channel, thank you very much for getting this channel to 20,000 subs. We did that before Christmas. I'm amazed. I didn't think that would happen because of circumstances and the way the year was, but we did it. We got, I don't know, I think we're on about 4 million views, 20,000 subs. Can't say fairer than that. A little bit of a thumbs up for you guys. It's all you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. It does make you feel good. It's nice to have a pat on the back. Yeah, we've had a few trolls this year, but do you know what? F them. Who gives a shit about trolls? They're just bullies, that's all they are. Trolling is just another form of bullying. So let's ignore them and just crack on with the good people. Right, so back to the end of the year. Basically what happened, I had the stroke. Those of you that watch the channel will know there's that video telling you exactly what happened. I'm not going to go through what actually happened on the day that I had the stroke again, but we've had some kind of weird and wonderful, I don't know whether wonderful's the right choice of words, weird and wonderful tests coming up to where I am now. I had the last test on the 29th of December. So it's just a waiting game. I'm signed off for another 2 weeks till the 17th of January. So fingers crossed that I'll be able to go back to work in some capacity then. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll be driving trains just yet, but you never know, and hopefully, yeah, it's all going in a good direction. It's all going in a good direction, so thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. I still had a couple of trolls on the stroke, which was weird, but each to their own. But for the majority of you, thank you so much for your support. It wasn't a major stroke, but it was major enough for me to play around with my mind and my health, obviously. Back to the 29th, I just had this test. I didn't know this existed. I thought I was going in for an ECG, but when I turned up, I had an ultrasound of my heart, and then a guy came in and he said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract blood from you. So he took the blood out, mixed it with saline until it was like a milkshake, like a froth. He did this thing with 2 syringes. And what that did was create bubbles, small tiny bubbles, that he then wanted to inject back into my body. Now I found this weird because I was always told bubbles in the bloodstream is a very, very bad thing, that you should not have bubbles. And I don't mean the monkey that Michael Jackson owned, because that's a different story. If you've said you've had bubbles inside you and you mean the monkey that Michael Jackson built, that's just a different story altogether. So what I'm saying is, let's get back to the real medical drama of it all. Oh, did I said drama. Let's get back to the medical drama. Yeah, so what they did was they frothed it up, they made this blood saline milkshake and injected it back into my body to watch the bubbles go around and through my heart on an ultrasound. But they did that 4 times because they couldn't get a proper read in the first 3. I think they just did one for luck, to be honest, but the first 3 they didn't get proper readings, but on the 4th they managed to trace all the bubbles through. So I was basically walking around like a blood milkshake. I was very frothy for the day. I felt lighter on my feet, to be honest. I'm not sure whether it's a good thing or bad. I did feel a little bit stoned, like I was on some kind of drugs for about 2 hours afterwards. I felt really lightheaded and a little bit weird. But it turns out the tests were okay. The little flap in my heart that they were checking where the bubbles go, they were all going the right way. So the heart's good. We've got good tests on the heart, that's coming back in, and I have a heart, I have a brain, so that's 2 good things that have come out of this. All the cholesterol's come back normal, blood pressures are coming back normal, all the tests are coming back normal so far. We've got a few in the new year, and fingers crossed they're going to come back normal. They said, or I've had this discussion with them, that it might be the tail end to when I had COVID. No one's sure. There is a possibility, they haven't ruled it out, that this could be the tail end of something that was in my body from way back when. It might just be an anomaly that it's just turned up and maybe blind in one eye and just said, hey fish, f you. Anyway, that's what's happening with that. We will be back soon. 2021, I'm going to get back on a bike. We're going to start filming videos. I've got a new computer coming, so I'm quite excited about that. So the editing should get better. I should be able to up now to 2K, maybe 4K. I've just got to invest a little bit more in the channel. So yeah, that's about it. More videos, more fun. 2021 can't be as shit as 20. So let's crack on. Let's look forward. Let's have fun, let's be positive, let's not be a troll, let's be nice to each other. Let 2021 be the year that is good for people. So that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for the support. Once again, really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to do all those things that you need to do. I shall see you on the next one. You know I love you all. Stay safe. Fish out.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead and get gone.